Yo, if I had 100 sheep and one of them got away, I would leave the 99 and go find that one. That's right.
That's what they've been saying, you see. Wait till the next generation. There you'll find your identity. Wait till the next generation. We're gonna be ready to take a stand. Wait till the next generation. And take control of the life that's in your hands. All along the road, freedom and democracy, gaining moral strength, wisdom and stability. There's gonna be a victory for the common man, a vast awakening all across the land, all across the land. In the next generation, apathy's gonna be hard to find. Next generation, we're gonna select the things that go into our mind. Wait till the next generation. We're gonna shape our own destiny. Wait till the next generation. And alter the face of history. All along the road, freedom and democracy, gaining moral strength, wisdom and stability. There's gonna be a victory for the common man, a vast awakening all across the land, all across the land. In the next generation, this I want you to understand. In the next generation, I don't wanna.
Greetings. I'm George Boston Ryan with the Getto Free Press in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia. I'm at Peyton Park today, and I just went live and I spoke concerning the bathrooms here being locked, as in other city and county parks here in South Georgia. And my question is, unlike any other citizen here in Valdosta, why is that? Do we not have a mayor and chairman of the Lowndes County Commission and other elected officials that should be able to address that issue and resolve it immediately? Your children come here, little girls and boys, and they have to use the bathroom in the bushes, behind a tree, or open their car door and use a cup. It just don't make sense. And although I am the only person that I know about in 2023 to say anything about it. I'm going to continue talking about it. I'm going to continue to talk about it. Enough on that. Today I want to talk about America and the country that I love. I spent over 20 years in the armed forces. And I cannot understand how it could be that our men and women who wore the uniform refused to stand up and let it be known that we are not happy with the direction that this country is headed. We didn't go into Vietnam and Germany, Panama, Afghanistan and Tajikistan, Iraq, with the potentials of going against Iran and Russia for our freedoms and maintaining our democracy. But in recent years, it seemed as if though the lives that lost in the wars of this nation to preserve our form of government for over 200 years. And now we see our government nearly crumbling, nearly crumbling before our eyes. And we won't say anything. We won't fight to save our beloved nation, faults and all. We know that Democrats and Republicans and Independents and Green Party and Christians and Muslims and Jews and Hindu and atheists and you all was willing to die and to send your sons and daughters off to serve our nation in time of war. But today, we won't stand up to show those who have sacrificed so much, those who have suffered, those who have bled, and those who have died to save this country from both foreign and domestic enemies. We don't care anymore. Do you know here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, do you know that the chairman of the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners, the mayor, Scott James Matheson, and each elected official on these agencies, or on these agencies, will not address many of the issues that I have brought up over these many years, 7 to be exact. You know, when you fail to fly the Georgia state flag, you cannot tell me, as a retired military veteran, that that's not disrespecting every man and woman that ever wore the uniform for this nation. And if the Republican governor, Brian P. Kemp, should call on the Air National Guard forces to come and defend the city of Atlanta tomorrow, your sons and your daughters will be called up and put their life on the line, not in a foreign nation, but right here. But that same governor and these same elected officials in our local community refuse to fly a Georgia state flag to show honor and respect members of our armed forces as many other cities, counties, and states across the United States. What do you think about that? Do you care? Do you care? And if not, why not? You was willing to die in Vietnam. You was willing to die in Germany. You was willing to go to Iraq, lined up to go to Iran, willing to go to Russia. But you don't want to stand up here to show your children in the school system that you respect their parents who are stationed at Moody Air Force Base in the America Combat Squadron. That's right. Why is that? Why is that? Have we lost our minds? And what is more sickening is that the military veterans, the military active duty, the Joint Chiefs of Staffs, the Secretary of States, the Georgia legislators, the local state officials from Valdosta and Lowndes County, Dexter Sharper, and others, why haven't they at least stood before this camera and weighed in that, Brother Rhymes, I agree with you. But you see, Brother Rhymes, the reason they won't do it is because they are either patriots or maybe racist. And so when the legislators approved the new Georgia flag in 2003, many of them just may have said, since you ain't got the old Confederate flag that the Ku Klux Klan used to wear when they used to be the night riders and come to black folk houses, we not gonna fly a damn thing. Y'all have a nice day. And I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna continue to say it. And you can rest assured that when I'm gone, and when God send you somebody else that really love him, and who respect him, and who love his children, they're gonna say the same thing that I'm saying and have been saying for 7 years. You're going to see this. Now, don't get me wrong, it may take, here in Valdosta and Lowndes County, it may take another 50 or 100 years. But I will assure you that it's gonna happen in the same manner. It's gonna take a long time before somebody come in here and do something about all these other ill, unreported problems here in Valdosta. I just was talking to a young man this morning, and he was telling me about the Valdosta and Lowndes County Jail. He's getting ready to send me some paperwork. He served 33 months in prison. And do you know they dropped all the charges on him? And he's going to furnish those documents. Do you know that? I'm not gonna get into that. I'll say that for another video. Y'all have a nice day, and remember, all of us cannot dip, duplicate, imitate, and placate Jesus, God, or the other prophets, priests, and kings in buildings of worship. But outside of that, we go bury our head in the sand like the ostrich concerning that. We go bury our head in the sand like the legend concerning the ostrich bird, and pretend that we are in heaven and our drawers on fire because we living in hell. Hear ye, O Israel. I'm gonna close on this note. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. For it is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, and as the dew of Hermon that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessings, even life forevermore. If all your religion can do is make you speak in tongues in church, talk about how good God is and what God have done for you, but you will not stand up for God's children, you will not stand up to the political leaders that stands in positions of power, then ask yourself this question: what good is your religion if it don't serve the masses of the people? Now, I'm not downing you. Please, I apologize if you think I'm downing you. I'm downing myself. Because you see, I used to do that until one day God allowed me to fall on my way to the bus station. Have a nice day, and remember, I talk like this because I love you, I love God, and I love your children, and even more concerning than that, I love the coming generations of children. And if we don't fight to hold up this democracy and criticize those who call evil good, I repeat, beware of those that call evil good and good evil. Jesus said these things were going to happen before the end of time, and we see them right here now today. But don't you fall under the spell of the Leviathan. Peace be unto you. Bye-bye, we're gone. And may God allow us not just tell God to bless us, but let each of us be a blessing to one another while we live and have our being. Peace be unto you. I'm gonna turn my back on you, but from the way I talk to you and been talking since 1975, you know I haven't turned my back on you and just wait until I get to heaven somewhere up in the sky by and by after I die.